Alrighty then, what's up, guys? Over Rays Gamer. Welcome back with another live stream for you guys. So what's up? Welcome back to the channel. How you guys all doing? So the Twitch live streams I'm actually gonna save for tomorrow night, and I'm gonna have two. I'm gonna go back to back on it, and then I'll be doing a big one probably this weekend. So. So that is what I'm going to do instead. And I am going to still live reaction to episode 5 of of uh, Breaking Bad. So sorry about that. I drawing a blank for a second there. Try this flavor, by the way. You might like it. It's Major Melon Mountain Dew. So very good. Very good, very good. Let me know how you guys are all doing though. Give me 1 second here. What's up, One Veer? How you guys doing? What's up, Drew? Welcome to the stream. Excuse me. What's up? How you doing, man? Not too bad. Not too shabby. A little bit tired. That's why I didn't start right away. I've been kind of a little bit on the exhausted side, no lie. I keep passing out on my couch. That couch is a curse. I tell you. But how you guys all doing though? Definitely feel free to give your guys' review in this live stream as well. By the way, definitely, I'm very curious to, hear what you guys have to say. For sure. So, let me see here. Alright. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So, Mr. Bitches will probably give his review, whether or not he's able to join this one or not. I definitely want to give mine for sure, without a question. And do it in a more open, plain book, that is. So, did The Last of Us HBO show live up to its expectations? Did it maintain that hype? I would say the very first episode definitely did so. I will 100% say that. It did. Now, did it continue that hype? Oh, shit. I can't say the same for that. I cannot say the same for that. And definitely give me your guys' review on it as well. What you guys thought about every episode. Give me everything on it. Your flaws, the good things, the bad things. I would hope you're not one of those, those Last of Us fanboys or fangirls, whatever the case is, that's gonna freaking go out of their way and, lose their minds because criticism is being pushed onto the show, of, not liking it as much because of whatever reason, right? But the show definitely does have problems. And does it live up to the hype? No. Sorry to give the bad news, but it did not. Not as it continued. That is. In the beginning, I think it was just, except episode 3. Episode 3 was questionable because in the beginning I said it was an amazing episode, but then as time went along, then I just kind of changed on that, and it had nothing to do with the gay couple being together. I don't give a shit about that. That doesn't matter to me. Because I actually like Dina's and Ellie's relationship. I actually don't have a problem with it whatsoever. I actually like their relationship in part 2. That was one of the good things out of part 2. No lie. And same thing with Ellie and Riley, which unfortunately that didn't last. Very unfortunate. But Dina's and Ellie's, I liked it. I did not have no problem with it. None whatsoever. So it has nothing to do with the same couple being together or whatever the case, or vice versa. Whether it's a guy and a guy or a girl and a girl, does not matter to me. It's the fact that we spent more time on that episode going over that, you know, episode alone compared to the other episodes. Now, obviously, when you go watch my reviews, my rating is going to be a heck of a lot different. And as you start watching, as you start going through them, and definitely do pay attention to them too, because I go back to previous episodes and a lot of them, and I kind of change my rating for a good portion of them as time goes along. Now, in this stream, my official rating for each episode individually, and then the season as a whole. You're going to be kind of shocked on the rating of the season as a whole, but you should be able to understand why I'm giving the season this rating in particular, and why I'm separating that compared to me giving the individual episode that particular rating over why I'm giving the season as a whole. Because the season as a whole is like representing the game, if you know what I mean. As a whole, which The Last of Us Part 1, 10 out of 10. I give that game a 10 out of 10. It was amazing. Masterpiece. All kinds of beautiful, humble words to give that. There's just a lot of things that the show does not do and falls flat on doing as it progressed. And that's why I can't give it a higher rating as the season as a whole. Is because of that. Is because it falls flat in so many spots. I can't give it that high, nice rating that you would think I would give it, because I gave all the other episodes a higher rating. But I've been coming down on a lot of the episodes on the ratings, and those 10 out of 10s that I was so lovingly giving the show, those episodes, are not a 10 out of 10 anymore. I guess you could say it was more just a happy type of situation where I was, I guess, a little bit of biasness, I guess, and to some degree, not really though. But not really fully thinking it through, But then again, that was before seeing all the other episodes, you know what I mean? And now seeing it as a whole, it's like, oh, well, yeah, I can't really give it that high rating. Not after falling so flat on everything else, if you know what I mean. So episode 1, I'm gonna stand true. What did I give it previously? A 9.5 to a 10 out of 10. Something of that sort. I give it a solid 9.5. 9.5 out of 10. And I'm sticking with that rating. What's up, Storm? Welcome to the stream. I'm sticking with that rating because I thought episode 1 did amazing. It not only gave more background to Sarah's character, but I mean, it did very good on the very beginning part of the season. It did amazing. And that's why I give it that high rating. And I think it deserves it. It did very well for an opener, without a question. And so I don't fall flat on that. Episode 2. I previously did give it what did I give it? A 9 out of 10 or something like that? Or a 9.5. I almost gave it a 10. But I'm going to give it an 8.5. Officially. And I think I did change it to that as time went along. So an 8.5 is it official. The clickers were amazing. The length of the episode was alright. It's fine. The lacking part was, and I've not really seen too many people bitch about this, and I don't know why. I think it's kind of sad, to be honest, but whatever. everybody's a little bit different, so whatever. Is Tess dying like right away? You know what I mean? Not even getting more than what, an episode and a half? Yeah, an episode and a half essentially. Maybe just to be generous, 2 at the very max, but that is taking every millisecond out of that scene. You know what I mean? Of being in the show. When in the game, I think she was in well more gameplay. You know what I mean? And a little bit more story. I think she was. I mean, you could say between 2 to 4 hours she was in the game before getting killed off. You know what I mean? 2 to 3 at least. Depending on how fast you go through all that. But well more than what the show gave you. I mean, it was just fast and quick and done. The same episode that you started getting into characters, the same episode that she dies in. So she doesn't even get past that. So that's kind of why I didn't give it such a, 8.5 is a pretty good rating, but that is essentially why I didn't go any higher. Episode 3. I give a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. No, I give it a 6. Sorry. I give it a 6. Not a 7. I give it a 6. 6 out of 10. I didn't have a problem with the love story. Okay? But the main thing I wanted to see was that interaction between Ellie and Bill. I wanted to see that shit. That shit would have been so fire. And obviously Joel too. That shit would have been so fire. Trying to get parts to get the truck or whatever the case is. Because maybe the truck ain't working, or maybe there's, make sure that it's all good and ready to go type of thing. The interaction would have been awesome. Which we didn't get because they focused on the goddamn love story, and they didn't even make it. They freaking died. Which is, what a shame, And the episode was an hour and 15 minutes. You wasted all that time on that particular episode. You could have used that time for, the episodes down the length. You know what I mean? Down the road. What you didn't do. So I mean, that kind of stuff is weak. And that's why I give that episode a 6 out of 10. Now, like I said, that tremendously came down, because before I was at like an 8 or 9, but like I said, I was on Happy Trail there. You know what I mean? I liked it for what it was. But yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10. That's, That's what I'm giving it. Episode 4. Because I know episode 5 is, okay, so episode 4, I think that's when they have that encounter, if I'm not mistaken. Not enough clickers. That was the one thing. Length was a little bit shy. A little bit, length was not really, wow. You know what I mean? If you were wondering on my rating, I give it a 8 I'm trying to think of a proper. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. One of the main things, not enough clickers. Length is a very small fracture of it, but the other main one really was the Karen. The goddamn Karen. Kathleen. She was trash. Not threatening at all. So I give it a solid 8. Episode 5, I will up the rating. This one I will give a 9.2 out of 10. Because the bloaters, the clickers finally, Sam and yeah, it was fire. So I give that episode that. Episode 6. I give it a 7 out of 10. Again, not enough clickers. It was okay spending more time in Jackson, but at the same time, it just not much was happening. It was just kind of boring. You know what I mean? The dropping the ball on the hammer. You know what I mean? It wasn't really like, it could have been a hell of a lot better. You know what I mean? Like, the emotional set of it was just not fully there for me. So could have been a hell of a lot fire. More power to it. I think the game does that a hell of a lot better in terms of that. So yeah, episode 6 I give a 7. Episode 7 I give an 8.5. The thing I fall flat on is that very ending. Where they show Riley getting killed, you know what I mean, and then Ellie having to kill her, and and then obviously not turning and shit like that, and then not enough infected, bro. Come on, that's the main thing. Not enough infected. one damn infected, and that was it. In the game and that DLC episode, freaking quite a bit of infected. Quite a bit. Almost a herd, essentially. Like 6 to 10, I think. And that's what's frustrating on that. So that's why I gave it an 8.5. That minus 1.5 points that I get taken away. Otherwise, the rest of it I did enjoy. I mean, So that was episode 7. Episode 8. What did I previously get it? I think I previously gave it a 10 out of 10, but then I knocked it down a little bit. Trying to remember what I previously gave it. I think I might have gave it an 8.5. And that I will probably stick with, I think. I'm thinking of the episode. Yeah, because there was quite a bit there. I'm just going to give it a solid, I'm going to give it a solid 8 because there was, the drowning part, you know what I mean? The water's being in the water, you know what I mean, underneath. That type of shit wasn't there. The infected and the bloater and all that cool shit, that wasn't there, you know what I mean? Length was a little bit shy on that again. I didn't think David was as frightening. He was frightening, but it just didn't feel like enough power. You know what I mean? It was definitely better. I'll say the action was definitely better. I won't lie about that. But it surely could have been. You know what I mean? It surely could have been. Um, um. So yeah, 8. I'm gonna give a solid 8. Episode 8 at 8, and then episode 9. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I think that's what I originally had. 7.5. Rushing. Don't give a shit for that. That pisses me off. No infected. I'm not counting the one in the very beginning of the episode because that was a flashback. I don't even count that. You should not count that. That's a freaking flashback. That's not even in the present, present time with Joel and Ellie. Not even in the present time. It was a flashback. And I thought, now mind you, when I was watching the episode, I was thinking, oh shit. You know what I mean? There's a couple. You know what I mean? 2 to 5 max, or 2 to 4, whatever, of the infected are freaking coming after her, the mother, as she's freaking pregnant. 1. 1 freaking infected. When that damn thing busted through, and that's all it was 1. I mean, you could even see me in the reaction too. I was like, that's it? And that's it. And I thought, oh, maybe more coming. And no, that's it. Just that 1. I was sitting there like, really? The hell? That was it? Like, come on, man. Like, that's trash. Like, what the frick? And then the length. And that's why I give it such a low rating, 7.5, because you rushed. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Don't fucking chill over this show. Fucking can't stand people doing that. Oh, it's amazing. This and that. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. The hell it was. Alright? It was okay. And that's the best I'm gonna give it. Okay. Alright. Amazing? No. That was the game. That was amazing. This show was not amazing. Maybe the first episode was. It was amazing. I might agree with that. I might agree with that. The first episode might be amazing. And you might even say episode 5 was amazing because that was pretty fucking fire. And then seeing freaking Catherine get freaking screwed on or fucking destroyed by that infected. Or that clicker, excuse me. That was fire, man. But the season as a whole, or episode 9, no. The season as a whole, no, not even close. Not even close. Because if you're putting it all together, okay, it falls flat. It falls flat completely. Flat right on its ass. Rushed through everything. Completely. Rush. Length, joke. Speed run, joke. Things you missed, joke. Catherine as the main villain. And she gets 2 episodes, and she's not even a character in the game. By the way, she's not in the game, if you didn't know that. So, a character that we don't even give a shit about. We don't even, And she wasn't even that scary. She was trash. I was not threatened by her anyway. I was like, get the fuck out of here. You shit. You ain't shit. You ain't nothing. Okay? You don't got nothing. Alright? I'm not even afraid of you. Okay? I freaking take Negan's bat and I'll wham you right in the head and I'll say, get the fuck out of my way, bitch. You ain't shit. I ain't no hesitation whatsoever. You know, I mean, get out of here. You trash. You know, David was the best villain, but even he felt kind of weak. You know, it was all contained. It was all tampered down too. That's the other thing too. The gore and the guts. You know what I mean? This is something I'll give AMC. AMC 110% credit. They're not afraid to show guts. And they proved that in the very beginning when they did The Walking Dead. You know? They had it in their freaking slogan, man. One of the things that they had in their slogan was telling the best original stories on TV. And then another thing they had, the guts and the glore is what you want, and it's all right here on AMC, you know, or something like that. It was something along that line, and I was like, damn straight. And they didn't hesitate to show guts and glore. You know, this is on HBO. Where's the guts and glore, bro? You know, that's one thing I'll give Game of Thrones, man. It takes guts and glore to another level. You know, but when you're watching this show and you're like, wait a minute, this is on HBO? You know? Are you sure this is on the same network? Where's the guts and glore? AMC did better than that. You know? You know, yeah, when people compare, because I know a YouTuber I'm subscribed to, Gamer233 or whatever, he did his review, and he was like, well, this would be a show like, you know, that doesn't show the guts and gore on, you know, AMC. One of the channels he said was AMC. And I'm like, no, actually, I'll disagree with you on that. AMC is not afraid to show guts and gore. They did very good on that with Walking Dead. In fact, they showed too much. Too much to the point where they got complaints that they showed too much. So they had to taper back a little bit. So AMC is not a good example when it comes to guts and glore. I would say, comparing to with HBO, because you got to put Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones was huge, it was popular, and it was popping like Walking Dead was. I would say HBO is number one. AMC is number two. They're right below them when it comes to the guts and gore, because again, they don't shy away. They freaking show it. 9 out of 10, they show it. And they get really into it. Especially the first episode, when the freaking camera's getting all into it. You know, they're fucking zooming in on this shit, you know what I mean? You're like, you know, you're like, I'm seeing the intestines being fucking pulled out and shit. Yeah, guts and glore, baby. You know. You know, no, this was a contained show. 100%. But yes, that's why I give it a 7.5 out of 10 for a finale. That's a joke. I'm sorry. That's a joke. It's sad. It's sad I'm even giving it that rating. It really is. It really is. But you know what? It deserves that rating. Because again, you sped through everything. The impact wasn't as significant. I felt a little bit of it. But was I crying? Did you see any tears come out of my eyes? No. You did not. And when you watched me play the game, tears did come out of my eyes. You know, I was like, oh my God. You know, I was like, holy shit. Here, not at all. Not at all. It didn't feel like that. That you know, that emotional state was not there. It just was not, because it wasn't impactful enough. And that's because you fucking rushed through everything. That's why. You know, and you fell flat on it. You know, I mean, it just, you know, no infected, You know, the length was a joke. I couldn't stand that. That pissed me off right from the start because I couldn't believe that the premiere was an hour and 20 minutes and this finale was not even an hour. It didn't even hit an hour. Hell, it didn't even hit 50 minutes. It was 42 minutes. You know? Right. Yeah, I mean, I can't let the biasness overtake me. I can't, especially when I know that when I play the game, everything's there. It's solid. You know, it just looked like with the show, it looked like you took parts of the game, you spread it around in the show, and then you called it good to, you know, crack another $5 million more. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna make money off it because it's the first game again, but it's in a different form. So you're just trying to get more money. So let's just half-ass it. That's essentially what it seemed like to me. Now, obviously, it didn't. The money and shit, how much it costed, but where, where did you put all that money? Where did it all go? 500,000 for that bloater suit, but you only used it in one goddamn episode 5. And for how many scenes was it in that episode? Not even 5 minutes. I mean, where the hell did all the other money go? I mean, I can't knock the shots. The shots and the scenery is freaking amazing. It's a masterpiece. It makes The Walking Dead look sad in a lot of ways. I won't lie about that. The scenery is on par. But I don't give a shit about scenery if the story's flat. You know what I mean? If it's fucking boring, I'm not gonna care about the scenery. It's gotta keep me engaged. Otherwise, it's just like part 2. Trash. The scenery's great, but the story's trash. So the game ain't worth it. I hate those people when they use that argument. Well, the gameplay's amazing, so that means the game's great. Not necessarily. If the story ain't great, then nothing else matters because you're there for the fucking story. You're playing the game for the story. That's what you're playing it for. And if the story ain't great, then your progression to want to keep going ain't there. And you're not going to give a shit. You're going to walk away. And that's what it all comes down to. That's what it all comes down to. But I'm not going to be a shill for this show. I'm not going to be. I gave the game a 10 out of 10. But guess what? That did the shit right. The show? No. It didn't fall flat. Completely. Bella Ramsey, she ain't a bad Ellie, but there's a lot of times where she just turns me off. And I'm just like, It was And other times she was great. And I thought she nailed it. Same thing with Pedro as Joel. Tamed down. I mean, you gotta sell me his character. And I thought in a lot of ways he didn't do that. There was a lot of times he did, and I thought he did very good in those spots. But then the rest, I just felt like it was just lame. Not enough badassery. She even acts a bit, yeah. But when she gets too angry in some of those episodes, like I think episode 6, she was a bitch in that episode or whatever like that. I couldn't stand that. I was like, what are you doing? I was kind of like, no, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care for that. I don't care for that. That turns me off. We're gonna, what I feel like if you're gonna constantly keep being a dick, that just makes me not even like it. It doesn't, especially when it's not necessary. I get it if you're pissed about something, and you know what I mean, and then you leave off that bad energy. Okay, fine, because something bad happened. But when you're just doing that, and your character just portrays that, and it doesn't seem like there should be a reason why you're acting that way, I'm just like, really? You know, like, what was the need? You know? You should have went with Ellen Page. Ha! Yeah. So, yeah, So if you're curious on my rating, because I'm sure that's the main thing everybody's going for. Okay, what is your rating? You know what I mean? You're giving the criticism this and that. You know, I'm trying to give it the right rating that I should give the show. Because here's the thing it lacks. And these significantly take the points off. And this is why I give the show such a low rating. Okay, because it lacks these things so much that it just makes the show kind of boring, to be honest. Really does. It makes it boring, and I can't give it a higher rating. I just can't. I'm not going to be a shill for it. I'm just not. Okay, the game does this amazing. If I want a freaking masterpiece, I'm going to play the game. Because the game fucking knocks that shit out of the ballpark. With everything. I'm going to give it. And a lot of people have been giving it this, well, a lot of people have been saying a 6 out of 10. And I'm like trying to be like, am I generous enough to give it that rating? I'm like up and down with that. Trying to think. I think I stand at a 5.8. To be accurate, I don't think it's enough to push it over that 6. I don't think it's enough to make it a 6. 5.8, and that's like really being accurate. You know what I mean? Like that's, I think that's where I stand. 5.8 out of 10. Yes, I know, pretty low, pretty low. Pretty damn low, but the main reason is rushing through the story. Villains not being as villainous. Falling flat. Not enough villains. And I was watching this part 2 as well, or going over the season 1, you know what I mean? And well, we didn't want to have too many villains because then it would have, you know, I'll freaking show you it. I have to now because I can only believe that you guys would be like, bruh. It's so annoying. It actually irritates me. Yeah, it irritates the shit out of me because I'm like, bro, frick you. You know. So just listen to this. So this is Inside the Last of Us, and then in brackets part 2, PlayStation, and it was on Saturday. All right, so just listen to this little bit here. I might have to rewind it a little bit. Let me see. Maybe, or maybe not.
All the way back in the early days when Neil and I were first talking about how to adapt it, we had a big discussion about violence. When you're playing a video game, the NPCs, they're a fun gameplay puzzle to solve. How do I get through them and around them? And violence is part of the method of that. But in a television show, if we were constantly mowing people down, because there's no gameplay element and you're just watching it, it becomes a bit numbing. Violence stops being significant. We talked a lot about how to make violence significant, and one of the things that we thought early on was that Joel has this capacity for violence in him that maybe was always there but was unleashed by the apocalypse. And when he commits this first act of violence in front of his daughter, she is shocked and horrified and tears. Then he commits this terrible act of violence in front of Ellie, and she is not shocked. She's activated. There's something about the two of these people, they share this thing. And then she saves him, and there is a moment in the game where this happens, and one thing that we kind of expanded on for the show was to make the guy that Ellie shoots live, to see the impact
Like,
of
how can we be
violence.
more cruel to
Yes.
these characters? It's okay. It's over. We're not fighting anymore.
Right.
The apocalypse. If we were
Right here.
playing a video game, the NPCs, they're a fun gameplay puzzle to solve. How do I get through them and around them? And violence is part of the method of that. But in a television show, if we were constantly mowing people down, because there's no gameplay element and you're just watching it, it becomes a bit numbing. Violence stops being significant.
See, that's where I completely disagree with. Completely disagree. You are wrong, brother. I'm not saying that you have to constantly do shooting and killing people and all that bullshit. Okay, but there wasn't enough in it, is what I'm saying. Not enough. Period. Not enough. And that's the thing, okay? I think the issue is you did too little. I don't want to hear that bullshit, oh, numb and all that. Get out of here. There wasn't enough. Period. What's up, Guns? Welcome to the stream. And that's the thing. I'm here, focus. Nice. There's not enough violence in it, and that's the problem. You know, not enough. You know, you could have had a little bit more, kind of spread out, and I wouldn't have complained. You know, I would have been like, all right, yeah, it's dark. You know, and obviously more clickers. You know, and infected. Period. Without a question. You know. Death is always the answer. Yes. Yes, you know. But to say that it would have been numb in the show, no. The show was about killing people and going through the infected and all that shit. It's a dark game, okay? If you take away a lot of the dark elements of the game, then it really just makes the game fucking boring. I mean, that's where it's at. Boring. You know? Fucking boring. Why do you think we gave it a 10 out of 10? Hello? You know? Right. Yeah, not enough, you know, hammer to the, you know, to what it was trying to tell. Not enough to it. You know, to say that, well, that's why we didn't have that much action, because it would have felt numb. Get out of here with that shit. That shit pisses me off. The fuck it would have. You made it too numb. That's the problem. By not having enough action in it. So now it just feels boring. Slow and boring. You know? So, yeah, that, you know, hearing that, I didn't even listen to the rest of it, because when I heard that part, make the show numb, if we had constant mowing down, I'm like, all right, I don't want to hear no more. Pissed me off. I'm not saying that that they have to constantly be killing motherfuckers all the way through. No. But you barely have any. Hardly. You know? And it's just like, no. No. And that's, you know, but that's why I give it a 5.8 out of 10. So what is that? I'm 5.8 It's a 58% right on the dot. No action at all. Yeah, or if there was, not very much. No one said they're making a new game and it might not be Last of Us 3. Really? Where'd you get that? They're making games. Yeah, yeah, Storm. You're not wrong on that one. Dom is kind of pissing me off. Really? All right, what did you say? Mr. Blob, my sister looks just like Ellie in the game. I took pics of her and I was like, holy shit, she's doing better than Ramsey Riley. Oh, that's funny. She even acts a bit. Oh, wow. Yeah, Dom thinks the show was a masterpiece. Did he really? I didn't even watch that. Oh, my. Unreal. I'm not gonna. Okay, I will say this. If you want to compare it to being the best video game of Dashin, I will have to admit that Last of Us was. Well, it was good. Yes, it was. It was the best one. I will say. You know, I will say. I just wanted to give him an elbow to this face. I've been saying the ratings too in the freaking in the DMs and shit. You know what I mean, to him, and I'm like, yeah. You know, when I watched the episode, you know, he's probably gonna be irritated at my rating for the season though. 5.8. I'm sorry, I have to give it that. I can't give it anything higher. Pacing, rushing through the story, length of episodes, not really there consistently. You know what? For 2 episodes, really? I mean, that's all it was. You know, the other ones were either just making an hour or under an hour. All right. And I can't count those 2 out of 9 because that's what, like, not even 20% of the episodes. You know what? So it's not even a majority. So yeah, length, lack of infected. You know what I mean? The enemies are kind of dull. You know. I mean that kind of, you know. You know, I'm not gonna lie about it being one of the best video games adaptations. I won't lie about that. But you know, I mean, if you would have significantly, you know, a lot of these things play a factor. Oh, and then just not hitting the hammer on the crack. You know what I mean? Not hitting it on hard enough to make it that much more impactful. You know, I mean, a lot of that, man, just irritates me. Does, really does. So, that's my review. I mean, what do you guys give the season at a rating? Let me know. Feel free to tell me right now. What do you guys give it? I give it a 5.8. You know, that's my legit rating. If you want me my, you know, obviously it would be a 6 out of 10 if you want my, you know, 1 out of 10 type of rating. But if you want my bin pull point rating, it's a 5.8. Yeah, go right ahead, Mr. Blob. You can send him on Instagram. Let me know your guys' ratings and all that. Feel free. I definitely want to hear you guys. Like I said, I'm not hating on the show. The show's okay. You know, it's an okay show. I'm going to tell you this, though. If they follow part 2, I know a lot of people want part 2 to be on point. I obviously heard that part 2 is going to be stretched out to 2 seasons or whatever like that. Of course, they give that to the game that's not really that great. So I'm very curious to see what they do here. But they could do a lot of things differently, and if that's the case, watch me actually give season 2 a higher rating, and that'd be actually kind of funny if that's the case. Uh, I'm not gonna lose entirely hope on it. on that, you know, because who knows, they could make some changes, and it could end up making the story just better, and I'm not gonna, so we'll see. You know, and I will be live reacting to it and reviewing that here on the channel. You already know. Um, but obviously the game, I did not give that high of a rating. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I think is what I gave it. Well, you're right. Not that bad, actually. I will say. So. Oh, nice. So yeah. So what do you guys get season 1 of The Last of Us show rating as the season as a whole, not an episode individually? What do you guys give it? Let me know. Feel free. Let me know. Mr. Blob took a picture with AK. Yeah, that. Right. Yeah, facts on that one. Facts on that one, bruh. Yeah, let me know. And do you think that rating is a good rating for the show? At least in your opinion. Let me know. Let me know right now. Comment to me, boys. Tell me. Again, I don't hate the show. I don't hate it at all. In some ways, I did enjoy it, but there was just a lot of things that's why I had to knock my rating down, because it just disappointed me that it wasn't there. So, a masterpiece. Shit. I'll give him a masterpiece. I'll give him a masterpiece. Did he do like a video on it or something? Or did he just say it on Twitter? What did he... And then we have Epic. Shit. Did he say it on Twitter? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. He's better quality. Well, Epic AK. It's better quality. Oh yeah, yeah. Let me see here. User ratings for every The Last of Us. You're right. Down the bottom is a suck up. Mm-hmm. He definitely is. I mean, he did finally put it to 480p. Jeez. Neil Druckmann has confirmed Naughty Dog is at work on their next major project. The Last of Us Part 3 has been heavily rumored to be the game, or it could be a long way to no IP. I hope it's not Part 3. Yeah, he is a suck up, isn't he? Dude, he is a suck up, man. He keeps replying to his people like, if The Last of Us Part 3 is going to happen, they should have 2 stories, Ellie. Just a sequel and a prequel, Joel, huh? In that fraction, yeah. Fix. I hope it's not, though. I hope it's, yeah, dude, he is a suck up, man. He is. My goodness. Where does he give his, Sorry, my finger's itchy. Where does he... I don't even know where it is. Where did he say a masterpiece, though? Did he say it on Twitter, or did he say it in a video? I don't even know. He sent it on Discord, but then deleted it because he was worried that his fans would think he was a sucker punch. Ah! Really? What did he say? He said it was a masterpiece? Is that what he called it? Goddamn bastard. Oh, man. Mr. Dom. Mr. Dom. It was the best one, I won't lie there, but masterpiece? That's the game, not the show. There's a difference. There is a difference, my friend. Wait, did we already watch episode 5? Hold on. I can't remember. I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. Oh, that's right. Yeah, episode 4 got removed. The Kool-Aid Man. Non-existent brother. Damn. Oh, shit. Yeah, Fortnite player. Well, that was my review on the first season. It's okay. It's the best I'll give it. Is it better than the game? Hell no. The game beats it. 5-1. So, that is my season 1 review. Game for yours that get receptive, and then you get receptive. Yeah, facts. Facts. So, yeah. That is the scoop, my friends. I am gonna get, well, actually, okay, how badly do you guys want me to react to episode 5 tonight? Do you guys want me to significantly? Or are you guys okay with if I wait? It's up to you guys. I'm kind of going with what you guys. Because I had to quickly put my watch on the charger. Actually, wait. Let me quickly do that first. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'll give you guys a second to comment. All right. Let me know. Do you guys really want me to react to episode 5 of Breaking Bad, season 1 tonight, or potentially either do it tomorrow night or during the weekend? And who knows, I might do episode 5 and 6, if that's the case. But let me know. What do you guys want? I'll be right back. do it tonight. I mean, you got plenty of time, right? All right. I see you. Okay. You guys are telling me to do it. Yeah, I do. I do. I got 48 minutes to spare, you know, type of thing. Means I'm going to jump on it now, though. If you know what I mean. So, got it already ready to go here on Netflix. You know. Time means the girls, so you better choose wisely. Choose wisely. E-girls or I-ladies. Yeah. If you really enjoyed it that much, whatever, I guess. He's being a suck up. You know why? Because he got to meet Neil. Yeah, he got to meet Neil in person. Woo! You got to take selfies with him. Oh. And he was so excited. Neil Cuckman, that bastard he is. That's why he's beat his suck up. I don't hate him though. I'm a supporter of him though. You know. But he is a suck up. He is. Alright, you can't lie about that. He likes free shit, so that's why he does it. So. He likes it. That's why. He gets free shit. He gets a free game, you know. Oh, Lord. Let me keep camera so I can get the perfect shot. Yes. Oh, yep. Alright, let's get this shit started, boys. So we can get episode 5 going. Hopefully it won't get blocked. Hopefully this episode will not get blocked. If you know what I mean. Like all the other ones did. So, I mean, Dom won Sucker Punch of the Year for Nunchuck. It's something, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So, stay tuned, guys. Episode 5, Gray Matter, live reaction coming up next. I'm gonna get that title in there right away. We're gonna get started. When you guys do join that, please give me a thumbs up for the volume, so that means I know that you guys can hear it perfectly fine. I'm gonna turn it up right now all the way up to 44. And we should be Gucci there, so definitely check that bad boy out. Again, I hope it doesn't get blocked like episode 4 did. We'll find out, won't we? So, I did not get a chance to work on, or, you know, screen record episode 4, so I apologize on that. Hopefully, during this weekend, excuse me, I'm going to shoot for that. Okay? So, I'm going to shoot for it. It's on my list. I'm not forgetting. I just got to get to it. It's kind of a time-consuming thing, you know what I mean? Because I got to sit there and, you know, screen record it, you know what I mean? And then I got to send it to him. So it is a little bit of the time-consuming part. So, and then it's going to take a little bit for him to edit it, everything, and put it together. So that's kind of the scoop. But anyways, smash a like if you guys did enjoy it. Hopefully you did. Again, leave your review, all that good stuff. Mr. Blob, what is your rating on season 1? I'm actually very curious on it. Storm, I don't know if you watched it, but you know, if you did, give your rating. If you didn't, yours. But I'm curious on your season rating. But yes, definitely do so. Give your comments of what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. Again, I don't hate it by any means, so don't take my rating as me hating the show. I don't hate the show, so I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, so you're giving it a higher rating than I am. Interesting. You still got valid points though, just like me. So, you know, I'm giving a hell of a lot lower just because, you know, on Rotten Tomatoes, yeah, 5 point. I'm gonna stick with the 5.8. In some spots I might give it a 6. You know what I mean? So maybe, you know, so I mean if people are gonna come up and ask me like 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 6 because I don't think it deserves a 5. If they want my like pin porter actual rating, I'm gonna give it a 5.8. So that's my if you want to really get into the greedy and needy type of, you know, rating. If you really want to go deep, that is my deep rating, 5.8 to be exact, and that's just because of missing everything else. Everything else it gets right, I thought. But yeah, 6 out of 10 is my 1 out of 10 rating. You know, so with just tomatoes, nice. Oh shit. So that's interesting though. You gave it 7.5. That's very interesting. I'll be curious for what Mr. Bitches gives it. That's what I'm really curious. Main 2 actors did well. The rest had awful roles with a terrible storyline, way to push the narrative and completely screw up a potential good show. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Like I said, I can't knock those minutes. Those things piss me off significantly, and that's why I can't give it anything higher than a 6. I just can't, you know, because there's too many things they didn't have in there that pisses me off. So, like about the show, right? Yeah. So, anyways, yep. Subscribe, you guys are new. Appreciate the new subscriber. Welcome to Over His Army. Much love. We're at 1,086 subscribers. Insanity. Thank you guys for the love and support. It means a lot. It's insane. We're 14 away from 1,100. That's even more insane. Follow me on my social medias: Twitter, Instagram, Discord, True Social. Links down below. Follow me on Twitch. You don't want to miss when I do go live there. I'm going to get back into that grind on Twitch tomorrow night, so definitely do stay tuned. I'm going to have 2 streams back to back, hour and a half on Fallout 4, and then continuation of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Your boy's going to be grinding on Twitch. The Walking Dead Thursdays will probably be earlier, so definitely do stay tuned for that as well. And it's going to be kind of what I'm shooting for. I hope I'm not too exhausted. I'm going to try to have a little bit of energy kick, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, we're gonna get back into that content grind. So you definitely don't want to miss any of it. We're gonna have 2 big, huge Friday streams. We're gonna have Watchdog Legions, and we're gonna have Fortnite Fridays on the same day. We're gonna be a savage because fuck it, right? So if you guys want to be a part of that and join in, definitely do so. It's gonna be a blast. You already know we're gonna be up probably decently late ish. So you definitely don't want to miss it, for sure. Anyways, stick around. We got Breaking Bad Episode 5 live reacting to coming up right here in the next hot minute. I'd say 35 is when I'm going to start by the time I get rocking and rolling here. So definitely do join in. I'm going to make it kind of as quick as I can because I do want to get some sleep, obviously. But yeah, other than that, your boy will be live tomorrow night for sure. So don't miss it. You know, I'll vote on my poll that's ending Saturday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. So check that out. So far, it's in the majority, which is going to be good because I think that'll be a fun series to react to next here on this channel. So, Uncharted movie has the worst abdaction to the game. Actually, I like that movie though. You're right about that. The abdaction part, you're right about that. But actually, I like the movie. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was pretty solid. You know, I liked it for what it was, essentially. But anyways, see you guys in the next one. Over and sign out. Peace. Have a good one. Much love. Stay safe.